welcome to our yoga today. My name is Serena and I'm so happy you joined me for today's class. In today's yoga, we'll do the stress release sequence. And what does it mean for us? It means that we'll do a lot of hip opener poses. This class is good for all levels, so we will move really slow, we will hold each pose for few breaths, we will have some time to find the alignment in each pose. And why the hips? Because they say that the hips are container of the stress. And also the psychologists say that all the issues in our tissues. So by releasing stress from our hips, we also releasing stress in our life. And for today's class, our positive affirmation is, I am open to new possibilities. So let's begin today's class in a child pose. Big toes together, knees on the side of the mat. Send your hips down on your hips and step your hands to the top of your yoga mat. Here, maybe sweep your upper body side to side, opening through the hips. And then maybe roll down your forehead on the mat and take few breaths here. Sending your breaths down to your abdomen. Expanding your abdomen, expanding your ribs, expanding your chest on inhale. And then on exhale, hug your abdomen toward the spine. Let's take another few breaths here. In case if you feel dizzy, anytime just release and do your normal yoga breathing. Also, if you have allergies and it's hard to breathe through the nose, you're welcome to breathe through your mouth. I open to new possibilities. If you like, repeat this affirmation in your mind with your breath. Just feeling more grounded with every exhale. Maybe notice sensations in your body. Notice how your body feels today. Let's finish another cycle breath. And then when you're ready, come to table pose. So hands underneath your shoulders and then rock your hips forward to the side, back on your heels and to another side. So draw big circles with your hips. Maybe add the shoulders to this moment, pressing one shoulder down, another shoulder down. Maybe add the head and neck to this moment, making the infinity sign with your whole body. Really nice. Let's reverse. Do another few big movements. Continue breathing. Inhale forward, exhale back. The last one. Warming up the joints and then find table. Now bring the knees closer to each other, hips distant apart. Fingers like a starfish wide. And then on next press, tuck your heels under your next press out, come up to the downward facing dog. Here, walk your dog, pedal your feet. Maybe rock your hips side to side. Maybe move the shoulders again. Just add any movement that you feel like you want to do right now. Maybe shake your head, nodding yes or no, relaxing your head, relaxing your neck. Feel your head is heavy. And then let's take a few breaths without movement in a downward facing dog. Pressing the chest toward the knees, sending the hips, sending the sit bones up to the sky, and then pressing the heels down toward the earth. It's okay if you don't touch the ground. It's okay totally. You can just send the energy of the heels pressing down. Feel good stretching the backs of the legs, chest. Keep your head and keep your neck aligned with the rest of your spine. Awesome, let's release. Now bend your knees and hover over the mat couple inches, few inches. 2-3 inches, creating some energy in your core. Notice you're not sinking in your shoulders. Press with the fingertips to the ground. One more breath here. Let's release. Now lower down your abdomen on the mat. Let's find the baby cobra pose. So have your hands underneath of shoulders, elbows stick to the sides, lifting your chest, your head up, and press with the tops of your feet to the ground. Imagine that you are cobra, and cobra doesn't have tail. So you have the legs, feet together, engaging the inner thighs, engaging your glutes, engaging the muscles of the legs, hugging your rib cage with your elbows. Working really hard, feeling these muscles of the lower back. Take another couple of breaths. Awesome, let's release. Now slide your hands underneath your shoulders and find table pose. And let's do a few cat-cow. On breath in, belly down, chest forward, gaze up to the cow pose, and then on exhale, round your shoulders, round your back, push the ground away from you with your hands. And breath in, belly down, chest forward, gaze up, tuck your toes under. When you're in the cow pose, just straight the toes. And then when you're in a cat pose, untuck your toes, push the ground away from you with your fingertips and with the tops of your feet. You can go a little fast in this movement if you like. You can come deeper in the pose, so you can just have this small movement in your spine. It's morning, so be kind to yourself. It's almost afternoon though. Let's take a few more movements like this. Moving up the spine and toes. And then release, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up to the downward facing dog. Then from here, lift your right leg up to the three-leg dog. Bend the knee, bring your knee to the nose. On inhale, extend your leg behind of you, back to the three-leg dog. Exhale, knee to the right shoulder or to the right side. On inhale, extend your leg back up. On exhale, bring your knee across the chest to the left side or to the left underarm. On breath in, rise back up. On next breath out, bend your knee, knee to the nose or to the navel. Shift your shoulders over your wrist. Take a moment here, working really hard. And then step in between your hands. You can do as many steps as you need to bring the foot in between the hands. Then slide your feet a little wider so you can find stability and you can find balance. And then rise up to this, to standing. You can bring the hands to your heart, or you can keep them extended over your head, maybe at the back bend if you feel your spine is firm already. Maybe sink your hips deeper. Awesome, let's release. Hands down on the side of your front foot. Step your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. And take your opposite elbows with opposite hands. Soften your knees. And let's do the ragdoll. Just shake off tension. Feel the space between your vertebrae. Maybe shake your head, nodding yes or no with your head. And then release your arms. Engage your core and rise up to standing. Exhale, release. From the top of your yoga mat, inhale, reach with your arms over your head. On exhale, fold forward. Breath in, half lift. And breath out to the forward fold. Rest your hands on the mat. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Step with your right foot back. Step with your left foot back to the plank pose. Chaturanga down. Come into the up dog, yoga push-up. Come into the up dog, and then find table pose and downward facing dog. Let's do the sequence on another side. Left leg up, three-leg dog. Hips are squared in three-leg dog. Notice you're not opening them to the side. They are facing the yoga mat. On exhale, bend your knee, knee to the nose or to the navel. Inhale, extend your leg behind of you. Exhale, knee to the left side, left shoulder. You can shift your shoulders over your wrist when you're doing this movement. And breath out, back up. Inhale up. Exhale, last time, knee to the, across the chest to the right shoulder. This one is really hard. And then back up. And this time we will bring the foot in between the hands. Take a moment here. Shoulders over your wrist, and then step your foot in between your hands. Find balance, rise up to standing. If you're struggling with balance, just bring the back foot closer to the front foot. And maybe add the back bend, crescent lunge. You can modify with your hands down and you can have your back flat. You don't have to add the back bend here. Take a couple breaths here, maybe sink your hips deeper. It's already hip opener. Good, let's release. Now bring the hands to your heart and step to the top of your yoga mat to the mountain pose. Let's find the mountain pose. Feet hips distantly apart, arms alongside of your body, palms facing forward, gaze on horizon. Lifting your kneecaps, engaging the muscles of the legs, hugging your belly toward the spine, shoulders away from ears. You're strong like a mountain. Take a couple breaths here. Wonderful. Next breath in. Reach with your arms over your head. Look up, maybe at the back bend here. Exhale, release your arms down, chin down to the chest. Breath in, arms over your head. And breath out, release the arms down. Last one. Arms over your head. And this time release your right arm down and lean to the side for side opener. So imagine that you have a suitcase on the side of your right foot and you're reaching with your right hand down to grab the suitcase. Also, don't push your hips to the side. Keep the hips over your feet. Let's release. Reach with your right arm up. Release your left arm down and lean to the left side. Again, reach with your left hand down. Press with your right heel to the mat. Look up. With every breath out, maybe sink a little deeper. Notice the muscles on the side of your neck relaxed. Let's release, come back up and release your both arms down. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down. Warming up the shoulder joints. And reverse. And another one. Good. Let's, from the top of the yoga mat, do sun salutation A. On breath in, reach up. On breath out, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to the forward fold. Rest the hands on the top on the yoga mat. Step with your right foot back. And step with your left foot back, plank pose. Yoga push-up. Now, you can modify with your knees down. Come into the up dog. You can do another chaturanga or come to the table and to the downward facing dog. And then from here, lift your right leg up to the three-leg dog. Bend the knee and place your right foot on the pinky side of your right hand. So we are in a lizard pose. Then when you're here, maybe rock forward and back a few times. Open into the hips. If it's too much for your joints or for your hips, or you feel just discomfort somewhere else, you're welcome to stay without the movement. Just gently opening the hips. Now everyone, lower down your back knee on the mat. Maybe untap your toes now. If you need a little cushion for the back knee, you're welcome to fold the yoga mat, or you can slide the blanket or the towel underneath of your left knee. Hug your knee to the shoulder, and you'll stay here in a lizard pose for a few breaths. It's a really nice hip opener. Here you can come on the elbows. If you have books or blocks, you can rest the elbows on top of the blocks or books. Feel the hips are squared here. Hug your shoulder with your knee. So first we engage in the inner thighs muscles. So it's not about just sinking forward and down. It's about engaging the muscles of your legs. Use your yoga breath, sending breath to the tight place, perhaps your hips. And with every exhale, just sink your hips forward and down. One more breath here. Awesome. And then if you have your elbows on the mat, slide your hands down on the mat, tuck your back to Sunday, extend your right knee and lift your left arm up. So you are in a twist now. And release, left hand down, lift your right leg up to the three-leg dog. Bend the knee and open your hips to the right side of the mat. Now you have your right hip over your left hip, but you have your chest squared here. So the chest facing the yoga mat, not the side of the yoga mat. And you have the gaze in front of you on yoga mat here. Maybe roll your ankle a few times. Then reverse. Then maybe draw a few circles with your right hip. And it should not be big movement. It can be smaller. Whatever feels good in your hip joint. Let's release. Slow down your foot. Lower down your knees. And let's find the child pose. You can have your knees together this time. If you don't like this variation of the pose, have your knees on the side of the yoga mat. So if you join me, knees together, maybe arms behind of you, palms facing up. Take your breath here, reconnect to yourself, reconnect to the affirmation that we created in the beginning of the class. I open to new possibilities. Maybe roll side to side or rock side to side. And let's finish another cycle of breath. Then slide your hands underneath of shoulders, press yourself to the table. Let's do all the sequence on another side. So tuck you to your Sunday, lift your hips up to the downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the three-leg dog. Bend the knee and place your left foot on the pinky side of the left hand. So lizard pose again. Here maybe a rock, forward and back a few times. And then when you're satisfied with this moment, lower down your back knee and untuck your toes again. If you need this cushion, slide the blanket or the yoga mat on the side. And maybe stay here with your arms extended. It's already a good stretch for most of the people. If you like to come deeper, you can blow down your elbows on the blocks if you have blocks. Or you can bring the elbows down on the yoga mat. Few breaths here. You can hang here. You don't have to have it aligned with the rest of your spine. You're just focusing on the hips here, the muscles of the legs as well, engaging them. Take another deep breath here. And then slide your hands underneath of shoulders if you have them on your yoga mat. And then tuck your leg toes under and extend your knee. Have your left hand down on the mat, lift your right arm up, twisting. Awesome, release your hand down. Now step your right foot on this pinky side of the right hand. So you are in a bear pose. So bear pose, it's different than chair pose. You have your feet wider than your hips, and also it's not like Malasana pose. It's different. In between chair pose and Malasana, you have your knees and your hips aligned, and maybe you have your hips. Maybe you have your hips high, but ideal to have them aligned. so our goal. Here you can have your hands on the yoga mat in front of you. You can have them extended in front of you, or you can have them in your heart. I will be doing the hands on the yoga mat. So you're welcome to stay here, just feeling the muscles, the quads working hard, the muscles of the thighs. Spine is prolongated. Send your knees back, so they are not in front of the toes, they are behind. 2 more breaths here, almost there. And let's extend the legs, come to the forward fold. Maybe grab your opposite elbows with opposite hands here. Maybe shake again, like ragdoll. And then release, inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, release, hands to your heart. So if you like me, somewhere in the end of your yoga mat, step to the top of your yoga mat. On breath in, reach with your arms over your head. And on breath out, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to the forward fold. Rest the hands on the mat. Step with your left foot back this time. Left foot back, right foot back to the plank pose. Knees down or knees up. Do chaturanga yoga push-up. So shift the weight of the body forward. Coming on your tippy toes, bend your elbows. And then press yourself up to the up dog. Let's stay here for a few breaths. Let's add the next twist here, cervical spine twist. So notice you're not sinking in your shoulders. It's important here. Press the ground away from you with your fingertips. Lift your chest up and the crown of your head. You don't have to lift your chin here. Chin tuck to the chest and look side to side. If it's bothering your spine this moment, skip it. Just do the downward up dog. Couple more times. Warming up the neck. And then release. And back to the table pose. So from here, lift your hips up to the downward facing dog. And we'll continue with the warrior two pose. So lift your left leg up. And then bend the knee and step in between your hands. And go down your back foot, parallel to the small edge of the mat. And then rise up to the warrior two pose. It's wonderful hip opener pose. So here we want to have our femur of the left leg externally rotated so that knee aligned with the second toe, and you're pressing these 4 corners of your back foot. And also sometimes people leaning forward. Make sure that your shoulders stay over your hips. Maybe sink your hips a little deeper. Arms parallel to the floor, and you're looking on the middle finger of your front hand. Let's take another breath here, strong like a warrior. And then bind your back arm behind your back. We'll do reverse warrior. Flip your front palm up, left palm up, reach with your arm over your head and then lean back. Let's release back to the warrior two pose and then find side angle. Rest the elbow on top of your left thigh and reach with your right arm alongside of your head, creating the ramp on your right side. Let's take another breath here. Come back to the warrior two pose. Let's add some movement here. So a C-shaped arms like ballerina's arms, and we just lean side to side. Focus here on the side openers, not the arms movement, but the opening in your side. Couple more. And then release to the warrior two pose. Now extend your front knee and turn your foot to the right side of your yoga mat. Maybe you need to bring the heel to toe to shorten your stance because it's too wide here. And then reach with your arms over your head, finding the 5-point star, palms facing forward. And breath out, squat down to the goddess, elbows and shoulders aligned. Breath in, back. Exhale to the goddess, squatting maybe even deeper. Knees over your ankles or knees behind the ankles. And another few times. And 2. Let's do the last one, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Now maybe bring the hands to your heart. You're welcome to have them up here. And then do the micro pulse, opening through your hips a little deeper. And then one more. Breath in and rise up. Awesome. Let's release the hands down on the hips, and we will do the half lift. So halfway down to the half lift. So back is flat here. You can rest the hands on the yoga mat here or on the floor. You can use the blocks. Blocks are really handy here. You can bring the hands to your heart. You can extend the arms on the side of your head. Notice the body here. So you're not pressing the hips forward. Shift the weight of the body on the balls of your toes. Notice the difference. So the backs of the hips and the backs of the knees align here. You will feel different muscles in your legs. Oops. Let's release. It was long holding. Now come to the forward fold. Let's stay here in the forward fold for a few breaths. Again, you can grab the opposite elbows. It just depends where you are in this pose. You can grab opposite elbows. You can step your hands behind you, in between your feet, pressing the chest in between the thighs. You can just sway side to side. You can even rest the top of the head on the block. It's really nice grounded feeling. Let's release. Now we'll do the side lunges. So they are again the real nice hip opener. Bend your right knee. You can rest the hands in front of you on yoga mat. Lift the toes of your left foot toward yourself. Then walk yourself to the left and lift the toes of your right foot. So bend your right knee, extend your left leg. To amplify, you can bring the hands to your heart. Continue with your breath. You don't have to go fast. You can even stay in each side for 3 breaths. Let's do a couple more times to each side. Make sure that you will have your right knee bended when you do the last time. And then find warrior two pose. So turn your toes of your right foot to the right side of your yoga mat. Back foot will be parallel to the small edge of the mat. And then rise up to the warrior two pose on another side. That's important. So you are not doing the same side twice. Find alignment here. Look on the middle finger of your front hand. Squeeze your shoulder blades like you have an orange there and you're squeezing the orange juice. Take another breath. Maybe sink hips deeper. And then find reverse warrior. In this pose, you can look on your upper arm or you can look somewhere on the ceiling. Press with 4 corners of your back foot. Let's release back to the warrior two pose and side angle, elbow on top of your thigh, left hand on the hip or extend it alongside of your head. Maybe you can sink your hips deeper. So you're creating the ramp on your left side. It's our goal. But you know, we're mostly focusing here on hip opener and also an opening in the chest. So you're not rounding your back here, opening to the left side of the yoga mat or whatever you have there toward the screen. Let's release, come back up and C-shape arms now. We will open our sides as well here. Like ballerinas. One more. Awesome, release back to the warrior two pose. Extend your front knee and turn your foot toward the screen. If you have the yoga mat, the long side of the yoga mat facing the screen. Heel to toe, lift your arms back to the fish shape, palms facing forward. On breath out, do a squat down to the goddess. Inhale back up, exhale to the goddess. Let's see what is important here. So when you're squatting down, make sure that you're not arching your spine. Tuck your tailbone under, press the pelvis forward, keep your back flat. Shoulders over your hips. You can lean slightly forward if it's too much. You have the torso perpendicular to the floor. Let's do a few more times. Notice the alignment here. You can go slower. Breath in, up. And the last one. Again, bring the hands to your heart. If it doesn't bother your knees, do a micro pulse. It can be too much strain on the knees, so skip it. Awesome, let's release, rise back up, and then exhale, fold forward. Now fold forward, not half lift. If you have block, grab the block. So find the half lift when your back is flat. If you're using the block, rest the right hand on the block. If you don't have the block, you can rest the hand on the floor, or you can rest the hand on the leg, maybe on the shin. Twist to the left. On breath out, release, left hand down. On the block or on the floor, twist to the right. So we don't want to bend the knees here when we're twisting, but it's most important to have the back flat when you're twisting. Twice to each side. No rush here. It's better to do slower twist than faster. Spine prolongated, the crown of your head reaching toward the screen. One more to each side. The last one. Really nice. Release the hands down. Now bring the heel to toe, feet closer to each other but wider than your hips. Now we'll do malasana, yoga squat. So feet wider than your shoulders. You're sinking your hips down. If you have these blocks, you can sit on the blocks, or one block or two blocks. You can also lean against the wall like this. So what you have this support. But if it's a lot of strain on your knees, to release this pose and maybe do the child pose instead. Okay, so if you feel comfortable in the malasana yoga squat, you can bring or garland pose. You can bring the elbows inside of the knees. Maybe lift the chest here, open through your chest, spread the collarbones. Press the pelvis forward. You hugging your elbows with the legs, and you also, it's equal pressure from both sides. So you're pressing the elbows to the inner thighs and you're hugging the elbows, squeeze your thighs. If you feel comfortable here in this pose, you can rock side to side to open your hips deeper. But listen to your body, and maybe close your eyes and listen if it's even worth it to rock side to side. Do you like it? Maybe you don't do it. Okay, let's release, and as graceful as you can, sit down on the yoga mat, and let's do the boat pose. Every time after the malasana, I like to do the boat pose. It's a good pose for your core. Hands behind your hips, lift your chest, your sternum up, bend your elbows, lean slightly back, engage your core, lift your legs up. They can be extended, they can be bended, your choice. Then extend your arms alongside of your legs and take a few breaths here. So spine is flat, back is flat here, spine prolongated. Continue breathing to your abdomen. 2 more breaths. You can do it. Almost there. Awesome. Let's release. Bend your knees, cross your shins, and bring the hands in between your knees. Find table pose. We'll do one of my favorite and many people favorite hip opener pose. It's pigeon pose. So let's do it from the 3-leg dog. Lift your hips up. Lift your right leg up. Bend the knee and place your right right knee behind your right hand. And then press your or slide your hips back. Untuck your toes. Here we want to rock side to side to ground through our hips and feel they squared. For many of us, we need some support on the right side. So if you need, slide the blanket underneath of your right hip or the block. I don't like block in this pose, but maybe you do. Maybe you need this block. So you have your right foot on the left side of the yoga mat. Let's take a few breaths here in the back bend. If you like to add a quad stretch, you can grab the left foot with your left arm. You can bring the foot inside of the elbow crease to add the quad stretch to this pose. It can be really intense, so take it easy. So when you're satisfied with this stretch, let's do the sleeping swan or pigeon pose. The same pigeon pose, but with the elbows down on the mat, or forehead down on the forearms, or forehead down on the yoga mat. You'll stay here for good 10 breaths probably, so you feel you have all the benefits of this pose. So take some time, find the yoga breaths, abdominal breaths. Note if the hips are squared. You can even close your eyes and feel the position of the pelvis. And with every breath out, press your hips forward and down. Soften your jaw, soften the muscles of the face. If you like to add a little stretch, shoulder stretch to this pose, but if you have your forehead down on the mat, you can extend your left arm and thread the needle in between your left side. So you have your forehead down on the mat and you have your chin on the upper arm, on the upper right arm. It's optional, you don't have to do it, but it's a really nice addition to this pose. Take one more breath here. And then press yourself up. Now let's bend the left knee and slide your left knee on the side, side of your inside of your right foot. And then we will add the twist here. And then walk your arms to the right side. So here you can bend your right arm and you can have your left arm extended like you have a big pillow here and you have the arm over this big pillow. So you can sink a little deeper. You should feel good twist, stretch also. It's just really nice. So right elbow can be bended, left arm extended, and you come to the right and back. Good, let's release, cross your legs. Let's come to the forward fold here from here. So you have the left shin in front of the right shin and you fold forward. So you step your hands to the top of your yoga mat here if you like, rock side to side. Maybe relax your head, shake your head, nodding yes or no. One more breath here, and then walk yourself back up and find table pose. We'll do the pigeon pose on another side, so keep this blanket handy if you need it. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, find the three-leg dog with your left leg up, bend the knee and rest your knee behind your left wrist. Untuck your toes, rock your hips side to side, ground through both hips. Notice they are square. You also internally rotate the right leg here. So notice So it's not open to the side, it's more inside even. Let's do all the same poses that we did last time. So if you need this blanket, slide the blanket. Nothing bad about the blanket, it's about the props. They just support us and they help us to come deep in the poses. And then if you like to add the quad stretch, bend the right knee, bring your right arm, hold your ankle from inside. And then maybe if you can slide the foot inside of the elbow crease. Keep your chest facing the small edge of the mat, so you're not opening your chest to the side. It's still squared. So maybe you're here, it's okay to be here. So if you're here, you're pressing with your foot to the hand and with your hand to the foot, equal pressure, then you will feel the muscles more. Maybe feel the glutes as well. Good, let's really slow down your left leg. Again, square the hips, square the shoulders, come on your elbows, stay here for quite a bit and then for a little bit. And then if you want to come deeper, lower down your forehead on the mat or forearms. If you like to add the shoulder stretch, extend your right arm and thread the needle with your left arm. Rest the forehead down on the mat and your chin will be on the upper arm, on the left upper arm. And take 10 deep breaths. You don't need to count, just know that it will be some time staying here. Notice where you're holding tightness, so relax, release them. And then press yourself up when you're ready. So like bind your arm, press yourself up, slide, bend your right knee and slide your knee inside of your left foot. So basically you have legs almost in 90-degree angle here. And then turn to the left, twist to the left, and walk your right hand back. So the right elbow extended, the left elbow can be bent, and then sink down. You'll find this stretch, deep stretch, when just play here a little bit and find this deep stretch. Awesome, let's release, slowly untwist. Cross your right leg over your left. Find an easy pose one more time, the last time for today. Then walk your hands back to the top of your yoga mat, to the forward fold. Maybe again, rock side to side. And then walk yourself up. Let's roll now on our mats. We'll do a couple poses and then shavasana. So knees bended, arms extended alongside of your legs, and slowly, one vertebra by one, roll you back down. And extend your left leg and bend your right knee and do the spinal twist. So bring the right knee across the chest to the left, right arm in a T shape, turn your face to the right. Take a few breaths here. Let's release. Extend your right knee, bend your left knee, bring it across the chest to the right. Left arm in a T shape, Turn your face to the left. Take a few breaths here. Make sure that your shoulder blades staying down. So if your left shoulder coming up, untwist a little bit. Let's release. Left knee back to the center. Bend your right knee. Let's do happy baby. So knees on the side of the ribs. Bring the arms inside of the knees. Lift your feet up. Grab the ankles or the pinky side of the feet. And then here, roll side to side, massaging your back. It's also easy hip opener. And then release. So you're welcome to do the legs extended in regular Shavasana. If you have the wall around you, you can do the legs up the wall. So if you do the legs up the wall, bring the one hip and one thigh close to the wall. Come on your elbows. Then swing your legs up the wall. So you want to have the backs of the legs close to the wall. Here, if you need, slide the blanket underneath of your head as a pillow, as a little cushion. Then hands, arms can be alongside of your body. They can be in a T shape or they can be over your head, the same when you're doing the regular Shavasana. And we'll take a few breaths here in Shavasana, soaking all the benefits of the practice that we just did. It's time to relax the muscles in your body. Relax the muscles of the abdomen. Relax the muscles of the chest. Feel your shoulders are heavy and relaxed. Relax the muscles of your face. And with next breath, invite some movement to your body. Wiggle toes, fingers, then deepen your breath. Maybe do the full body stretch, maybe roll your head side to side. And then everyone bend your knees, even if you have the legs up the wall, and roll your side to the pillow position. Let's take a few breaths here, laying on the side. And then press yourself up to sit. And let's finish our class with few breaths together. Rest your hands on the side of your hips, and next inhale, reach with your arms over your head, press palm to palm. And breath out, slide your hands down to your heart. Together we bow. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me for class today. I hope you feel grounded and at the same time energized. Have a lovely day and see you another time.